This story is about an explorer that goes to a very rare island, and in this island there's a very rare place. They call it the Penal Colony, and in this colony they had a very rare machine. They call it the apparatus, and they use the apparatus to execute prisoners. There was no court in this place, and the machine are programmed to execute the prisoners in mere of hours. In the Penal Colony, the officer of the machine was both the executioner and the judge. The prisoners didn't know the reason of his punishment. They didn't know what the penalty was, and they had no right to defense. The accused people knew their sentence when their torture device tattooed on the back. This process lasts like 12 hours without interruptions. That was the estimated time for the torture. As we can see in this story, justice was delivered by the machine. The body was mutilated by a mechanism of nails that pierced the victim's skins until they were killed. There are four main characters in this story. The first character is the officer, who is in charge of the machine and explains to the explorer how the machine works. He shows no pity and humanitarian sense in this story, but deep down he knew that his actions were wrong. That's why all the time he washed his hands. The next character is the explorer. He was a foreign visitor that was sent to the island to witness the execution process by the superior orders. At first he showed coldness, but as the story progressed, he realized the inhumanity of the punishment and how uncomfortable his situation was. The third character is the soldier. He's in charge of submitting, preparing and placing the condemned men in the machine. Due to the constant repetition of his work, he becomes insensible and distracted. He makes mistakes and even fall asleep during the execution. The fourth character is the condemned, and it's the person who will be executed. He does not understand the language of the executors, and he does not know for sure what will happen to him. At some point, he became friend of the soldier. Talking about the conflict of the story, I believe that there are two main conflicts. The first one takes place when the new commandant appears, because he has a different opinion of the machine, and in contrast with the officer, he hopes to see the eventual elimination of the machine. And the second one is when the officer explains the colony judicial procedure to the explorer, and this information troubles the explorer, and he begins to think perhaps something should be done, because the execution methods were just and inhumane. If I could change the ending, I would make the explorer stay in the island, so he could help the colony change the justice system and the way the people sentence and executed. I will make the explorer a character who makes the colony conscious and aware of the idea that their destiny could not be dictated and decided by a machine. I would make the explorer an activist who tries to change the future of the colony instead of running away. I think I will be the explorer because I will be as overwhelmed as he was when he saw what was happening in the penal colony. And I will also be like horrified by what I see. And also I wouldn't understand it, and probably I wouldn't know how to react in that kind of situation.